Welcome to Creature Fridays, where I give you a quick introduction to one of the animal species we have in the UK. For the 17th video, we're going to take a look at Arvicola amphibius, or the water vole. Water voles were once found in nearly every British waterway, but have since been lost in up to 90% of these sites. They are common locally, but these populations are isolated, so they're vulnerable to extinction. The intensification of agriculture in the 40s and 50s threatened water voles with habitat loss, but it was the spread of the invasive American mink in the 80s and 90s that caused their population to fall by almost 90%. Heavy grazing by livestock has trampled many banks and caused the loss of vegetation that grows here, and flooding and droughts have also both increased, which are all contributing to population declines. Due to these declines, water voles are fully protected, making it illegal to damage or obstruct access to their burrows. In recent years, improved conservation management has led to the return of otters across much of Britain. Our native otters compete with and often remove American mink, and so are having a positive impact on our water vole populations. Water voles dig their burrows in the grassy banks of slow-moving water bodies like rivers, streams, ponds, lakes, and marshes. They often include an underwater entrance to the burrow. The riverbank around the burrow will often have nibbled lawns of grass, because this species likes to sit and eat in the same place each time, feeding on grass stalks that they hold in their front paws. During spring and summer, they eat a range of reeds, grasses, rushes, and wetland plants. In autumn and winter, they switch to eating roots, bulbs, and bark, while also occasionally taking invertebrates to top off their meal. They need to eat 80% of their body weight every day, and have been recorded eating at least 227 species of plant. If you are lucky enough to spot a water vole by its burrow, you'll notice that it's much bigger than our other vole species, growing up to 22 centimeters long and weighing up to 300 grams. It has chestnut brown fur, a blunt rounded nose, small ears, and a furry tail. In Scotland, they are often darker in appearance, sometimes even being black. These Scottish water voles descended from migrants that made their way over from the Iberian Peninsula during the last ice age, while the water voles living in England and Wales find their origins in southeastern European water vole migrants. Water voles live in colonies that are spread out along the watercourse. Between March and October is the breeding season, and breeding females will fiercely defend their territories from each other. Males will range across multiple female territories to mate. The females will have between 2 and 5 litters in a year, with around 5 young being born in each litter. These young will leave their mother after 28 days, with the earliest litters sometimes being mature enough to breed that autumn, although most reach maturity after their first winter. These juveniles will need to weigh at least 170 grams to survive that first winter, and very few water voles survive for 2 winters. The territoriality breaks down a little over winter, with members of the same colony cohabiting in burrows to keep warm. Water voles are active during the day, so you may be able to spot one that's been disturbed as it dives into the water, swimming away with its head and back visible. Alongside the introduced American mink and the domestic cat, they have a range of native predators that may disturb them, such as foxes, otters, stoats, weasels, herons, owls, pike, and golden eagles. If you enjoyed learning about this animal, then make sure to check out some of my other videos. Subscribe to Ferroforest to keep learning about UK nature.